guys, welcome to my first pregnancy update at 27 weeks. So it's kind of funny because I haven't really been documenting this pregnancy very much at all. I've taken a few belly shots like in a dirty mirror, throughout the pregnancy. But now that I'm finally getting my energy back, which feels so amazing, I'm more motivated to document the rest of this pregnancy. So better late than never, and I am 27 weeks, and I really cannot believe that I just have 1 week left in the second trimester, and then I'll be in my third trimester. It's just crazy, and I guess that's because one, this is my third child, so I'm super busy with my other two kids, and two, this pregnancy was such a surprise, and it took me so long to process it that I feel like I haven't even really been aware that I've been pregnant, even though I've definitely been experiencing pregnancy symptoms from the very beginning. I just feel like I've been in such a state of disbelief that it hasn't registered to me that there's going to be a real live baby here until just recently, which is good because I still have, 13 weeks to go. So I have time to really start thinking and planning for this baby. And the movement has become so strong. I feel the baby throughout the entire day. I feel like they're always super active, and it's really helping me to connect with the baby. But I do feel like pregnancy is just such an odd experience. It's such an odd thing. I mean, the whole process is so interesting. I can't help but wonder at it. And sometimes the movements that the baby makes are so extreme that it's just makes me think about how weird it is that I'm like incubating a human child and they're just growing and moving around in there, hanging out inside of my stomach for 9 months before they come out. If you really think about it, it's so strange. The most amazing difference for me in the last month has been the change in my energy level. I just cannot even tell you how good it feels to get a reasonable amount of energy back, and it kind of makes me feel like I'm still myself. I was in such a funk through the first trimester and into the beginning of the second trimester because not only in the first trimester I was feeling the morning sickness, but it was just this bone tiredness where I felt weak, and I almost just like getting up from a sitting position was work for me, which, typically I felt like a very fit person when I first got pregnant. I was working on exercising more. I teach ballet. I take ballet. I do a lot of active things. So to have that really quick shift to feeling weak, muscularly weak, bones felt weak, everything felt so weak. It was really depressing. And I still do feel muscularly much weaker than I did before I got pregnant, which is an obvious thing because the amount of working out that I did before I got pregnant to where I am now is like nil, right? So like during the first trimester, I did go and do that performance in Austin, and I did try to take class every now and then, but it was so random and not consistent. And I mostly didn't work out at all. I would just lay in my bed or on the couch, or I was just so tired that I wasn't being very active. So I have lost a lot of my muscle tone, and I still do feel that weakness whenever I exercise now or take class or teach class. But that's to be expected when you go so long without exercising, since exercise is something that you have to do consistently. And also just with pregnancy, everything gets a little bit softer, a little bit rounder, and so I'm definitely not feeling like that non-pregnant fit woman that I was in September, but I have much better energy ever since I started supplementing my iron and vitamin D. And I'm so grateful for that because I finally feel like I'm able to start living again. I don't know if any of you have ever experienced that kind of like just all-consuming tiredness that I'm talking about, but when you are just so exhausted that you can barely stand up from a sitting position, pretty much everything falls by the wayside. And if you want to couple that with the nausea of the first trimester, you know, I wasn't getting anything done except for, you know, the bare minimum of taking care of me and my family. And that was really hard for me because even though I've always experienced first trimester morning sickness, and I've always been more tired in the first trimester, this was different than anything I ever experienced with my other two girls. It was much more extreme and it was much more all-consuming, where I just felt like I couldn't do anything. During my first trimester, I also completely fell off of my eating plan that I've been doing. As you guys know, we're all about the Whole30. We had done the Whole30 and then we moved and did the Candida diet, and then we were kind of just maintaining a paleo lifestyle, no dairy, no gluten, no refined sugars. I was at a point where I didn't even miss bread or think about it at all. I didn't even eat gluten-free bread. Like, I just didn't want that. And then it was the strangest thing. Like, as soon as I got pregnant, all I wanted was bread. Give me all of the bread. And I didn't even care if it was healthy bread or gluten-free bread. Like, I just wanted bread. It was so strange. You know, it almost feels like an alien invasion takes over your body and you don't know who you are and you don't know what these cravings are. And I did give in to them because, like I said, I was super struggling. I could, you know, I was doing what I could to survive. And so we've fallen off of that gluten-free, dairy-free, everything free diet for quite a while, and now that I'm finally getting my energy back, I'm able to take my nutrition back up. And you know, I'm bummed that my nutrition went haywire like it did during the first trimester, but I'm not going to dwell on that. Here we are. Pregnancy is a very strange time in a woman's life, and sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. But I am very happy to say that I'm getting back on my feet nutritionally and finally being able to cook again and create the healthy foods for me and my family, which is super important to me and to my husband, especially since he has the ulcerative colitis. It has been so sweet to see my girls with this pregnancy. They are all about this baby already. They are constantly coming up and giving the baby kisses and hugs and talking to the baby. And my 2-year-old will come up and tell me if the baby is laughing or if the baby's crying. She's tried to share her pacifier with the baby. And it's just so sweet to see how much they already love on this baby and how excited they are. I finally splurged this pregnancy and bought a maternity pillow. And oh my goodness, I love this thing. It's kind of hilarious because this is my last pregnancy and now I'm buying a maternity pillow, even though I avoided buying it with my other two. But I decided that it was worth it because if anything is going to help me sleep, it's worth it. I need my energy right now. And I am so grateful that I did it. And it wasn't even that expensive. That's what had held me back for so long, was how expensive maternity pillows are. But I got this deal on Amazon on their warehouse deals. And so it was only like $32, which is way better than the $60 to $80 that I've seen most of the maternity pillows run for. And it's amazing. It feels like I'm sleeping in a giant hug, and I finally have the support in my front and the support in my back. I am in love with it, and I highly recommend it. All right, guys. This is my 27-week belly. I look very visibly pregnant. This is the baby. From the front, you can see my stretch marks from all my last pregnancies. And my belly button's totally flat, which is kind of weird. So that's what's going on with my pregnancy. Let me know what you guys thought about this pregnancy update. I feel like it can be a little bit self-indulgent for me to make these videos, but maybe there's some pregnant women out there who find them interesting. I know that when I'm pregnant, I love to watch other people's experiences with pregnancy and especially with birth and stuff like that. You know, whatever you're going through, I feel like it's always really interesting to hear other people who are going through the same thing and what their experience is, at least for myself. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys later.